midnight wind howled through the mesquite trees. Dust on my boots and a pastor won't leave. A 6-gun heavy on my weary side, riding with ghosts that I never denied. Mama said vengeance will poison your soul, but the devil don't knock when he's already home. I carved his name in the black of my heart, lit up the sky with a fire in the dark. There's blood on the saddle, tears in the dust, steel in my hand and a heart I don't trust. Buried my mercy out back with his lies. Now I'm the shadow in God's blind eye. Don't pray for a sinner who won't be saved. Just mark my name on a cold pine grave. There's blood on the saddle and it won't wash away. He took what was mine and a coward's grin left her cold as the bottle he drowned in. I found him drunk where the coyotes cry, begged for his life neath that gunmetal sky. I ain't proud of the way that it fell, but some debts are paid only in hell. Now every hoofbeat sounds like chains and the thunder rolls with her name in the rain. There's blood on the saddle, tears in the dust, steel in my hand and a heart I don't trust. Buried my mercy out back with his lies. Now I'm the shadow in God's blind eye. Don't pray for a sinner who won't be saved. Just mark my name on a cold pine grave. There's blood on the saddle and it won't wash away. The preacher won't speak when I pass him by. Even the vultures know when to fly high. But I ride with her locket and one final vow. A man can break, but he don't have to bow. There's blood on the saddle, tears in the dust, ashes and echoes and bones you can't trust. Truth rides alone where the lost souls stray, in the hush of a dawn that won't ever stay. Don't weep for the fallen or the price I paid. Just let me ride where the wicked don't pray. There's blood on the saddle and it stains like fate. I rode out at dawn on a cold black mare, dust on my boots, blood in the air. The preacher said grace, but he never saw me, just a ghost of a boy I used to be. They buried Ma by the sycamore tree while the sheriff smiled with my father's whiskey. I carved her name in a rifle stock. Now I'm the storm they prayed would stop. Coffins in the rain, 6 feet of blame. Thunder rolls through that hallowed name. Ain't no cross can cleanse this pain, just pine box truth in a cold wet grave. And I'll ride through hell on a rusty chain till they're all laying like coffins in the rain. The banker's boy wore a silver vest, thought his money made him bulletproof blessed. But silver don't stop late at night. He begged God wrong, I aimed just right. The judge ran fast with a Bible in hand, but I was raised where the devil stands. He said, son, you'll swing by Sunday morn, but I kissed the rope and cut the cord. Coffins in the rain, 6 feet of just a shadow carved from grit and hate. And when the reaper hums my name, I'll smile like fire soaked in rain. Coffins in the rain, justice or shame, don't matter much when the shots all came. They built their lives, now they lie the same, in wooden beds with no one to blame. And I'll ride till the silence calls my name, through fields of coffins in the rain. I was born where the crows don't fly, where the preacher's breath smells like rye. Mama died with a Bible clutch tie, Daddy vanished in a barroom fight. Ash and blood in the old churchyard, my heart turned mean, my soul turned hard. Rode to town with my coat pulled low, a 6-shot truth and ghost in tow. Found him laughing in the rusted saloon, moonlight danced on the blade of my wound. He tipped his hat with a crooked grin, but I'd been dying to meet my sin. Whiskey and gunpowder burning in my chest, one for the road, two for the rest. Vengeance tastes like tobacco and tears, been riding this rage for too many years. Smoke in my lungs, fire in my veins, this town will remember my name. The sheriff begged with a trembling hand, but the devil don't deal with righteous men. I carved his name in the courthouse door, like the tally of a holy war. My boots are soaked in dust and sin, a hymn of hell where grace wore thin. Whiskey and gunpowder burning in my chest, one for the road, two for the rest. Vengeance tastes like tobacco and tears, been riding this rage for too many years. Smoke in my lungs, fire in my veins, this town will remember my name. Don't sleep, just stare at stars, counting ghosts behind iron bars. If heaven's watching, it sure don't speak, only thunder answers when the gallows creak. Whiskey and gunpowder, ashes and bone, I walk the line that leads back home. Crosses tilt in the devil's breeze, and I pray my sins don't bring me to my knees. Smoke in my lungs, fire in my veins, let them bury me deep with my name. The sun bled dry across a mesa ridge, smoke curled up from a preacher's bridge. I rode through ash with a heart like lead, chasing ghosts of the men I left for dead. Boots full of dust, so full of sin, the devil's been riding shotgun never ride home again. My brother's blood stains the chapel floor. They hung him high, said justice war, but the sheriff's hands were paid in gold. While mama screamed, her tears ran cold. Now I wear black like a mourning crow, with a 6-gun heart and a heavy soul. A list of names carved on bone, each one a stone on a sinner's throne. Hollow crosses on the hillside, where the wind won't even pray. Burned out saints and devils dressed in gray. The lawmen sleep in velvet beds, while the dead rot where they lay. I ride till they all repay, and I don't forget that day. There's a church with shattered windows, where the choir used to sing. Now the pews are lined with whiskey, and the Lord don't bless a thing. But I kneel in dust and gunpowder, saying grace with a trembling hand. Let my vengeance be your power, as I ride through this cursed land. Hollow crosses on the hillside, swinging slow in judgment's breeze. A hymn for the damned and the deceased. I ain't looking for salvation, just a reckoning for thieves, till the last man finally sees what justice really means. My bones bleach in the canyon, let 'em say I rode at cause, not for glory nor for ransom, just a soul that broke the laws under hollow crosses. Rode into town neath a blood-red sky. Boot heels echo where the dead men lie. Sheriff's star hanging on a gallows pole. My brother swung while the crows took soul. Whiskey burns like a preacher's shame. Cross on my chest, but I ain't saved. There's a name on my lips like a rattlesnake hiss, and a 6-shot sermon I don't plan to miss. Church burned on a moonless night, ashes like snow in the pale torchlight. She screamed my name with a final breath. Now I walk with a ghost I couldn't protect. The banker laughed when he stole our land. Now choke on the gold in his greedy hands. One by one, like wolves I hunt, with a Bible torn and a soul to confront. Devil's in the dust and he's wearing my face. Trail of fire where I leave no grace. Reckoning's coming on a midnight gust. God may forgive, but I'll turn him to rust. A heart gone black and a gun I trust. Ain't no saving me. The devil's in the dust. There's a locket in my coat still warm with her name, a prayer carved in lead and hell to reclaim. I ride through the dusk with the wind in my hair. Vengeance don't sleep and neither does it spare. And I see him clear, and the mirrors crack and the buzzards leer. Thunder rolls like a hangman's gust. God may cry, but crying ain't just. I ride with rage, with blood and rust. No grave too deep when the devil's in the dust. Cold through the bones of the plains, where crosses lean like drunkards in the rain. Smoke curls up from a shotgun prayer by the grave of a girl with raven hair. I rode in black, heart burned to cold, hollow as the bell that never told. She said, don't go fighting what you can't outrun, but I bled my oath beneath a dying sun. Now I walk through the ashes of Eden, where angels once danced in the wheat. I trade my soul for the sound of breathing from the men who laid her at my feet. There's no grace where the shadow's been feeding, just fire and the vengeance I'm needing. I'll burn every trail till I'm even in the ashes, ashes of Eden. Sheriff said it's just some bad men riding. Devils don't knock when they come calling, but the names are carved on a 45, and I swore she'd be the last to die. I found one drunk in a sulphur town dive, begging mercy with tears in his eyes. I said, you pray to God, I'll send the word. Then I lit him up like the book he never learned. Now I walk through the ashes of Eden, where angels once danced in the wheat. I trade my soul for the sound of breathing from the men who laid her at my feet. There's no grace where the shadow's been feeding, just fire and the vengeance I'm needing. I'll burn every trail till I'm even in the ashes, ashes of Eden. Crows circle high on a sky turned red, every mile marked by the blood I've shed. If heaven won't take me, hell's got my brand, but I'd kill the world to hold her hand. So I ride through the ashes of Eden, with her locket tied round my gun. No peace, no cross, no healing, just dust and what I've done. If justice means dying or pleading, then I'll fall where the wild winds are bleeding. But I'll know when my last breath is leaving, I died for the ashes, ashes of Eden.